Hello and welcome, GoldBoys Sunday preview. I am Eli. That's Brad. We're presented by Piggott Sports, Sleeper Picks, and obviously GoldBoys.com. Vanessa Books had a personal emergency, could not make it this morning. Hopefully, everything is okay there with him. But what's up, Brad?
Dude, yesterday was good. College football bets were good. I'm excited to dive in the slate today.
Dude, you've just been crushing college football, right? I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
you say that every week. You say that every week.
yeah. It's been pretty solid. It's funny because like college football is like props are pretty soft. So if you have a game where you think you have it pretty nailed down, like Missouri versus LSU, I had 3 bets on player props that all cashed. And when I mean cashed, they cashed. So I had 4 bets. They would cash with ease. That's 4 free units.
4 free units. I love free units. Um, Before we get started, first of all, shout out Simone Biles winning her 6th world championship in gymnastics
Yeah,
yesterday. That's just
that
crazy.
was
That's just
sick.
crazy. Um, yeah, it's awesome. Hoping we see her in the Olympics. I think we're going to. But yeah, I just figured we call that out. That's a hell of an achievement. Like the
Yeah,
the
it is.
oldest American woman to compete in the worlds in like 57 years or something too. But yeah, I'm a huge Simone Biles fan, so it was awesome. Um, 1 o'clock slate before we jump into it, presented by GoldBoys.com. Our Discord, the largest Discord gambling. Not a, sorry, it's not a gambling Discord. It is a sports education community, the largest one I think on the internet. Some of the sharpest brains and biggest names on gambling Twitter that you're going to find. It's just an awesome place to be, legitimately. Chats are awesome, bets are awesome, the cappers are awesome. Everyone except me and Brad are just really good at their jobs. So, um, first, what's up, Dumbo? Yeah, chats. It's starting a little slow. Starting a little slow.
Dumbo first. What up, dude?
We are early. Sorry about that. That's my bad. I'm going to the Colts game. So, got to start a little. I wanted to figure out a way to do the show from my seat at the Colts game. Maybe will happen in the future. I don't know that I can get into the stadium early enough to make it happen though. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to figure that out. But all right, let's jump into the games. First game actually coincidentally on the FanDuel list is do you have any action in the Jags Bills game that's already
I
going?
don't. I
Okay.
uh I purposely didn't bet it because I didn't want to have to wake up for
Yeah. Good move by you.
it.
I had a first drive bet. That's all and it did not cash. It's like plus 180 though. So Um, no, Easton, it's Zaire Franklin jersey. Easton's going to the game, and we both have Anthony Richardson jersey, and I'm obviously giving him a ticket to go. It's my little
Yeah.
brother, if you didn't know, and he's like, "Don't wear your Anthony Richardson jersey." Like, dude, first of all, leave me alone. But you got anything on this Colts game? Everybody knows I'm gonna have a lot on it, so I'll go last. If you got anything, you go first.
The Colts are part of my 9-point teaser. I
Let's
went
go.
Colts, Texans, and Dolphins, getting the Colts up to 11.5, Texans up to 11, and Dolphins down to 3.5. I just think that the Colts are actually live to win this game. I've liked what I've seen out of Anthony Richardson. They're moving the ball well, and the Titans are in a pretty good letdown spot after having a glorious performance that I didn't think they even played all that well. It's just the Bengals played pretty poor. So getting them up was really nice to me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. I've really tried not to bet on the Colts to win ever.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like there's I the the common wisdom in gambling forever has been don't bet on your own team. I think
Yeah.
that's not the case with props personally. I feel like your own team is, the one you have the closest connection to, whatever the best information or the most I don't know, most eyeball test on. So I love
Yep.
betting props on the Colts, whether it's on the Colts or whoever they're playing, which is why I do that very frequently. I try not to bet on the Colts to win. I'm very pessimistic, but still, there's a lot of bias that comes in there. I do think 100%. I think they should be favored in this game, especially with Jonathan Taylor
Yep.
coming back. Um, I didn't think Jonathan Taylor was going to play this week at all. They activated him Monday. Um, the kind of the word around here was, it's probably he's going to practice this week, not be active for this game, and maybe activate him for next week's game. Um, and I was wrong, and I didn't think they were ever going to sign him to extension. They signed him to a big extension yesterday. I don't know. I don't know how you pay him, that much money to a running back and then say he's gonna be on a snap count in his first game back. Like, I
Yeah.
think I feel like that's a smokescreen. I don't have any Jonathan Taylor bets in yet, but, I don't know. Sounds like physically he's all the way back, or else they wouldn't have given him that money, hopefully. Um, And
And he's
if he rips a 30-yard run in the first quarter, that snap count is gone. It's
yeah,
gone.
and he's -139 to score a touchdown, like,
Yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Easton's saying Alec Pierce over 26.5 yards. I do like that. I didn't bet it, but, I'm gonna
what's
keep
the weather
betting.
like up there?
It's cold. It's okay. It's cold. It's like 40s right now. It's supposed to be low 50s during the game. Mr. Irsay, we have a roof on the stadium. Let's close the roof when it's cold outside. Like we're not every NFL team, you've got to be miserable somehow. Like Buffalo, they have a good football team. They have to be miserable when they watch the game because it's cold as hell. We have a bad football team. We're miserable already, Mr. Irsay. Let's close the roof and at least be comfortable while the game is going on. But anyway, whatever. It's cold. It's gonna be like low 50s. Um, but I guess it's not I don't think it's cold enough to matter for the game. It's supposed to be sunny. I'm gonna
Okay.
keep betting Anthony Richardson to score a touchdown as long as it's plus money. I know Jonathan Taylor's back. Maybe that does take that'll take a couple red zone carries out of his hands. Anthony Richardson in the red zone and on 2-point conversions is just a cheat code.
Yes.
And I love how they're running a whole lot of option for him. They're getting him out and getting him out of the pocket, moving with Pittman Jr. or one of the tight ends kind of running alongside him there. Uh, and if he wants to go into the end zone, he can go. So you're giving me plus 140 on FanDuel. Use Pickett Sports, shop the line. If I see a plus money, a number next to Anthony Richardson touchdown, I'm going to keep betting it until he proves that he might not score one, I guess. What, 4 or 5 touchdowns? 4
Yep.
touchdowns in his first 3 games and has only played 10 quarters of those games. So I did
That's
that. I
gotta
also bet 2 touchdowns at plus 900. Go ahead. Sorry.
that's gotta be your most profitable bet, betting Anthony Richardson to score a touchdown.
Yeah, hasn't lost. Week 1, I messed up. Week 1, I only played it in a same game parlay with his rushing yards, and his rushing yards
Oh, yeah, I
missed because
remember
he
that.
kept he, yeah, he should have had it, but he didn't. But I'm betting his touchdown, and I'm betting his 2 touchdowns, because why not? Jonathan Taylor, 2 touchdowns, maybe, maybe. I'm in Indy, the top will be open. Yes, I will be there too. Come say hello, Rob Smith. Thanks. Section 146, I think is our section. What else do I have in this game? Oh, I also have a same game parlay in this game. I didn't bet any Titans straights just because Colts defense has looked really good at times. Secondary has been definitely a target at times too. But I did take Anthony Richardson to score a touchdown in a same game parlay. Also with DeAndre Hopkins, I feel like he's due to. I don't think he has one yet this season, and is I think second in red zone targets for them.
I
Uh,
like that.
Colts are really really bad at defending the red zone. I think they're like top 5 in red zone offense in terms of actually fun fact. Anthony Richardson has not gotten them into the red zone and without scoring a touchdown. Except for that one drive against the Texans where he didn't finish the drive. So, or no, sorry, in week 1 where he didn't finish the drive. Really, really good red zone offense. On the flip side, terrible, terrible red zone defense. It's basically the opposite. Anybody gets in the red zone, they're pretty much scoring a touchdown. So I really like DeAndre Hopkins, and I feel like the Westbrook Akine, am I saying that right? Akine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, his straight line was like 30.5 or something. I feel like that's just too low. The number 2 kind of receiver against the Colts has been faring pretty well, just because there are so many question marks in that secondary, especially cornerback.
Yeah.
So I think 50 for Westbrook-Akine is close to what his line should have been. His line should have been in the 40s, I think, honestly. I think he's averaging over 50. So I really, really like this. I think you're getting a lot of value. Obviously, 2 touchdowns in one same game is a little questionable, but I still like it, especially at $15 to win 87.
No, I really like Hopkins to score, today. It was tough because he's on my fantasy team, and I have been benching him, but I actually started him, a pretty good spot for him today. I like your parlay a lot. I like that. I might end up throwing something on that.
Let's go, dude. Next game is anything else on this one before we move on?
Nope.
Okay. I do think the Colts win, obviously.
I do as well.
Texans, Falcons. Nothing for me on this game other than I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. 2 bad football teams. But Cedar Stroud has looked really, really good. Uh,
CJ Stroud has looked really good. I'm pissed that I didn't take the 9-1 rookie of the year. I have
yeah,
Anthony Richardson, so I'm not dead, but damn.
yeah.
um, this is the second leg of my teaser. I just think the Texans are playing too well to get beat by multiple digits, double digits now. I did take Bijan over 3.5 receptions, but that number is crushed now. It's like minus 165. So it's
Ugh,
pretty unplayable, but they're going to try to get the ball in his hands. And pretty much
I hope
Algier's
so, man.
snap count is like freaking decimated. So
Yeah. Oh, chat, no Jonathan Taylor touchdown love, not at the number. If I think he should be plus money to score a touchdown because of the snap count, news. So what'd you say it was? Like minus 126 or something?
139. Yeah.
Minus 139 for Jonathan. I'm out on that. I'm out
Yeah.
all the way
Big
on that.
time out. I don't care
Uh,
if he scores 4 touchdowns. I'm out on that.
yeah, because he actually could. I don't think he's going to be on a. He'll probably be on some sort of snap count. I don't think it'll be what a lot of people think it will be. But you can't play minus 139 first game that he's played in like over a year or something.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Let me
Somebody,
answer Gibster's question real
yep.
quick. I have Mostert, Wilson, A Chain, Flowers, 3 open spots. Assuming it's PPR, I go Flowers, 3 open spots. I go Flowers, A Chain, and Wilson. Mostert's snap count's coming down a little bit. Wilson should have a big day today. Flowers is obviously the number one option there.
I have action on Wilson that we'll get to. I love Zay Flowers. So
Yes.
to me, yeah, you basically said it should be between Mustard and a chain, right?
Yeah, and I went with the Chan.
Yeah,
Chan.
he's changed it like 3 times. I think it's a chain, right?
Chan.
A chan, a
Yeah.
chan. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I freaking like looked it up like 6 times because he's like, oh, people pronounce it this, but this is how you pronounce it. And it's like, oh my god, dude, come on.
Plus 155 for Taylor touchdown here. Let me check Pickett because that's a number that maybe is potentially playable.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
good number. What's here? What are you on?
yeah, I'm checking Pickett Sports. Use code GoldBoys right now. Very easy to do a 165. Okay, okay. 165 on Hard Rock. It's just because you're in Florida and you have only fake books. He is plus
Not
money
for
at.
long though. Not for long.
Oh yeah. Oh, because they're legalizing or because
Yeah, they said
they're moving.
Hard Rock's ready to. They're allowed to set it up whenever they want. So once they figure out their legalities or whatever they got to do, the app will be up and running.
Plus 165 on Hard Rock. That is a
That's
number that's
really
actually
nice.
interesting.
Yeah.
Um, because so at the minus number money, I was like, no, 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 no way. But you see plus 165, and you're like I said, you just paid this man all this money. Even if he is on a snap count, you'd like to think you want to get him a red zone touch or two. Um, Titans are pretty solid against the run though. So I don't know. I'm gonna think about that, but it's definitely not a full pass anymore at plus 155.
No,
Okay.
he's plus 150 on FanDuel. So
Yep. Yep. What I say, 160, 165 on Hard Rock. Hard
yeah,
Rock, I think they're in limited states. They have, at least today, I have 3 or 4 touchdown bets and almost all of them on Hard Rock if you have access to Hard Rock Sports. Um, okay, you're on, Bijan Robinson receptions. Anything else we need to talk about in this Texans-Falcons game?
nope, not for me.
Not from me either. Panthers, oh, and I just realized it showed me the Colts at the top of the list because 'cause I'm in Indianapolis. It wasn't actually the first one. Sorry if I messed you up there in order. Panthers, Lions, anything from you here? Do we have Amon-Ra's not playing, right?
Amon-Ra's doubtful, so probably not going to play. Nothing. I missed the window on getting Raymond, so that kind of sucks. So I ended up passing on this game.
The goal line option is very dangerous, Easton says. He's talking about Anthony Richardson and Jonathan Taylor, and yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Trying to see I don't see anything not expected to play. Schefter not expected to play week 5. That was 11 hours ago. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, yeah. I think the Lions should win this game by a whole lot, but I don't really trust that offense without Amon-Ra to take any props. And 9.5 is a big number, but you can't really trust the Panthers coming back at plus 9.5 either. So,
No,
all right,
you definitely can't.
that's enough about that in a game we're full passing on. Giants 12.5 point dogs going into Miami against probably what's a pissed off Dolphins team. There's probably action to be had here. I don't have anything yet. Can you talk me into anything?
No, but they are on my teaser. The Dolphins. I got them to minus 3.5. I do think they cover the 12.5. But guys, listen, this is the most. Oh, it's a full 13 now, minus 110.
Really?
It is
12
the
and a half on FanDuel. So
most public bet side since what 1994 with 91% of the action.
that
Just
is crazy.
be
That's
careful.
crazy that
Books
they
don't.
That's crazy they have data back to '94, like, before common access to the internet.
Yeah, books don't
But
lose like that, so
yeah,
I couldn't convince myself to play the full spread.
yeah. Montgomery touchdown, I love that, but it's like is it like -200 or something? Let me check the
Oh,
pick the
for the
scores.
Lions? Yeah, it's pretty
It's
steep.
bad, it's bad.
His his
I
plus
wouldn't
his
hate
2
2.
touchdowns is like plus 300.
See, you can't even play that. You can't even play
No.
that because, like, we've seen good Jared Goff, we've seen very bad Jared Goff. And he can be a 3 and out machine. I don't think so. Don't get me wrong, I don't think so. Listen, bots, can we get the hell out of the YouTube chat? Trying to talk to my
Oh,
friends,
man.
man.
Bots.
James, did you put NFL in the freaking title again? Freaking Jimbo on the ones and twos. Doing a fantastic job for us, by the way. Just kidding, just kidding. Um, okay. What's next? Ravens, Steelers. I've seen a lot of love on Zay Flowers. I'm not on it yet. I'm kind of annoyed because like that was like my guy. Like week 1 and 2. Seems like the rest of the pub was starting to catch up on him. Um, I don't have anything here. I've been back and forth on Zay Flower like a ladder, or a touchdown. I think actually do have him. Let me check. No, I don't. I have nothing on this game. No. Do you?
Yeah, I was gonna be on rushing attempts for Lamar Jackson. Obviously, prop bet guy destroyed that line. I talked to him about, it's like one of the most free lines that you have. I played it last week. This offense okay, so let me just explain. Todd Monken comes in, and he wants to revolutionize this offense, make him more pass forward. But OBJ goes down, Bateman goes down, and then you start to look at who your receivers are. A lot of his play calling, his route tree are routes that kind of beat zones, guys who sit in those pockets of space. When you have young receivers, they're not really that smart at doing that. And I don't think they have the receiver core to run the offense they want, which is why
I
they're
agree.
kind of leaning on Lamar Jackson a lot. So pretty much anytime you get a chance to play his rushing attempts, it's pretty free because he's the chain mover. It's no one else. Like that's what they have. Their running game is also obsolete as well. They actually took it off the board for me. So wow, that's funny.
So, yeah, 43.5 for Zay Flowers. That is really interesting. I think it probably is too low, but when I look at the Steelers defense, who it's not been great, I think there's even more injuries this week. Like the only places they kind of defend well are kind of where Zay Flowers likes to get his yards. Like he's a lot of short left and deep right, and then yards after catch. Um, the Steelers are really, really weak on short passes over the middle, and deep passes over the middle, which Zay Flowers has 0%, has gotten no yards on a deep middle pass, and only 9% of his yards short middle. So he should go crazy. Don't get me wrong. Like the Steelers defense, I don't not playing well. And I don't think there's a whole lot of talent really either, outside of TJ Watt. Who is he playing? TJ Watt?
Your phone, I mean, your volume kind of like cut
Oh,
out.
okay. I'll try to talk in there. Anyway, I haven't bet it. Long story short, I haven't bet it yet. I might talk myself into Zay Flowers. It's absolutely not a bad bet. It's absolutely not a bad bet. Anything else on this one?
No, nothing for me. I do think that the Ravens cover the 5, but it's divisional dogs at home, so it
Yeah,
was passed on the spread.
yeah. And the Ravens are. I think this is their last divisional road game for the season already. And Ravens are in a really, really good spot right now, especially if they can win this game, which I think they should.
Oh, yeah.
Um, all right, Saints Patriots. This is one me and Brad were talking about quite a bit before the show started. I feel like the Saints might win by double digits here, or at least a touchdown, plus 1.5. So, basically a pick 'em, but slightly underdogs going into New England, taking on a Patriots team that has no secondary. I mean, they're like their two best players on defense, I think, are both out for the season, or at least out
Yep.
for significant time. You can say the names. I forget them off the top of my head, but um, I don't know. Like, yeah, Derek Carr is Derek Carr. Um, he is playing, right? I saw that.
Yes.
Um, I don't know. Plus 106 on the money line for the Saints seems really, really interesting. Or if you want to take the plus 1.5 at minus 112 on FanDuel, might be a better line out there. Use Pick Sports. I did ladder Chris Olave yards.
I
Just
like that.
because of the secondary concerns. and I did it before the Derek Carr news. I think, he's kind of always been trending to play, but I didn't care who I don't even remember who their backup quarterback is. I don't care. Chris
Jameis.
Olave. Oh, yeah, duh. Yeah, I would've been great with that. Chris Olave should torch the secondary, and he is 3rd in the NFL, in so he obviously leads the Saints in receiving yards, like 76. He's 3rd in the NFL in, like, kind of, potential what I'm calling potential yards, so, like, air yards on incomplete passes plus the yards he's getting. Second to only, like, Jamar Chase and, or maybe it's not those 2. So, he's
Yeah,
getting
Jamar
targeted.
Chase is on there.
He's getting targeted down the field, and I don't think they have anybody that can even think about covering him. So I took his straight line at whatever it is, use Pickett Sports, and I went up to I think it went all the way up to 100. Let me scroll up here and tell you guys.
I like it what you called it. There's you can pull that metric elsewhere, and they have it. It's like an acronym.
Oh,
Um,
really?
Air
I thought I
yards,
I thought I made it up.
errors. Yeah, you can. I use FTN. They have something similar to that, but no. I like that a lot. And then Olave kind of with the goose egg last week. He's gonna when you have a good receiver, quarterbacks know to take care of you. They know to keep you happy. I do like the Saints in this game, though. I think people keep sleeping on the Bucks, and I'm not saying that as a Bucks fan. Like I don't give a crap if the Bucks are good. We're not going to win a Super Bowl. But people sleep on the Bucks, so they see that divisional game and they could say they just write the Saints off. This is still a good Saints team. Kamara props were interesting to me, but I ended up passing on them ultimately.
Is JC Jackson
No
playing?
way, J.C. Jackson's playing,
I don't
right?
I don't I haven't seen either way, Easton, but the mood around football was that he was not gonna be ready to go this week. But real quick, I did find what I actually did because I forgot. I took Olave over 64.5. This was yesterday. -115 on Hard Rock. I played that, so I don't like having more than a unit on any one play unless it's like one single negative money play. So I took a unit and broke it down. I put point 0.6 on the straight line, 64.5, and then I did point 0.2, $20, whatever, on 80 plus, which is plus 155 on DraftKings. I did 90 plus and 100 plus at $10 or point 0.1. And that was plus 230 plus 330 respectively. I think 100 yards is very, very, very doable for Chris Olave today. Anything
Geechee,
else?
man, I,
But
I I get what you're saying, but like every coach wants to win. That's my only rebuttal to what you're saying.
yeah, that and also like you also need the. I know Bill Belichick is Bill Belichick. Like you need more. This is a team that has been the staple of this Patriots team has been a really good defense, and a quarterback that's really good and can win you games, right?
Yeah,
Quarterback doesn't look good. Quarterback got benched last week. The defense has nobody on it. Not nobody on it, but the defense is hurting. They're not going to be able to do that. The Bill Belichick single high safety. Like they don't have the personnel to play the game the way Bill Belichick wants to coach the game. Um,
yeah.
so I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'm wrong a lot. They could win by 5. I don't think so. I think the Saints could win by double digits here. Saints worst bet. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm wrong a lot. Like I said, I'm not going to call you dumb though, because obviously the books think that they're somewhere in the middle. What game is next? I'm saying a lot today. I've been trying to work on that
Bengals.
subconsciously. Wow, saying a lot. The Bengals game. I like this game a lot. I like this
Okay,
game a
I
lot.
do too. I
I
haven't
have.
played this game as
Oh,
well.
you go first. I went first last time.
Okay, I'm taking Zach
Wait,
Ertz.
this is a 4 o'clock slate, right?
Yes.
4 o'clock slate is presented by Pickett Sports. Please download the app. Please use code GoldBoys or MrBradThomas or just code Eli on Pickett. When you connect your first sportsbook, they give you $3 for free. I'm not kidding you. You choose Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, whatever you want. They just give you $3. Then you can try to refer your friends, and you get $3 every time they connect a sportsbook. I'm not kidding. Every single bet that I place, I start on Pickett Sports. A lot of people I think open up FanDuel first, or they open up DraftKings first, see what lines are. I start on Pickett Sports, and I go from there. And I think that's what everybody should be doing. You've heard us talk a lot about. Brad does a really good job explaining the kind of the technical side of gambling, how you should be using every book you have access to, and you should have to be shopping lines, or you're just basically throwing money away. Download Pickett Sports. Use code GoldBoys, code Eli, code MrBradThomas. Okay, continue, please. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I don't have fast enough internet to pull up the lines, so make sure you shop your lines. I Last I saw it was 29.5. I played 27.5. Zach Ertz receiving over. Um, well, it's funny to look at Zach Ertz's numbers this year, right? Because if you just look at like game by game, you're like, wow, up and down, up and down, up and down. 30 targets on the season, second most on the team, even with having one game where he only saw 2 targets. I say this saying a lot, but a young quarterback's best friend or an experienced quarterback's best
Absolutely.
friend is the tight end. So I like that number a lot. Especially the Bengals have been pretty terrible against the tight end position. I like him to score a touchdown as well. Um, so take that with a grain of salt, but that my favorite play of the entire day is Zach Ertz over 27.5 receiving yards.
Line has moved a little bit. It is 29.5 on Hard Rock. Looks like it's the best line. Let me see if you can play 29.5 anywhere else. 29.5 on MGM, DraftKings, uh, 30.5 on FanDuel, 30 up to 31.5 on BetRivers Unibet. But yeah, I like that a lot too. I am actually on. I haven't bet it yet, but I'm gonna play Zach Ertz touchdown straight. Um, last season, if you I had a lot less followers this time last season, but if people have been with me for a while, that guys do report looking at red zone targets, and people who have not scored a touchdown on those targets. Zach Ertz, I think, is like towards the top of the list.
Yep.
4 or 6 red zone targets, no touchdowns yet. I think he's plus 300 ish, depending on where you look. Big sports. I am going to play that. I'm big on this is one of my favorite bets of the week. Michael Wilson. I'm laddering his yards. So I took his. We'll get. Oh, I will. Yeah, we'll just do this real quick. I think Jamar Chase also has a big bounce back day. I think he's due for it. All the public comments, all of that. So I took same game parlay here. Zach Ertz touchdown. Michael Wilson for 50 yards. Jamar Chase for 90. $15 to win 278. This is potentially my favorite same game parlay of the day. Arizona defense has been really, really bad, but the offense has looked a lot better than I think pretty much
Yeah.
everyone that doesn't work in that building thought it was going to. Dobbs has looked good enough. This receiving core looks really good. Honestly, Michael Wilson looks outstanding for rookie. He's going to make I think a run for offensive player of the year potentially, or offensive rookie of the year. Not true. Never mind. Scratch that. That's not going to happen. I was flipping things around. But he's really good. He's really good, and he's causing a lot of people around the Cardinals to. I think that the mindset was they're going to tank and try to get Marvin Harrison Jr. They're kind of I think thinking now, hey, maybe we've got our receiver core. Maybe we can trade back.
Yep.
Um, and if you watch the film, it seems like he's always running a go route. Maybe it's not a straight down the field go route, but he is running a route where the intended purpose is to get behind the defense. Right? He's not running anything out in front. He seems like he's always got separation. And the target share is increasing a ton for him. So like 44% of the total targets on the season came in the last game. So if you watch the film, he's always kind of been flashing off of it. They were really trying to target and get to him last season. He has the 14th highest average depth of target among all NFL receivers with 10 or more catches this season. So I'm all over it. I took the straight line again. I took one unit and broke it down over 40. Where is it? Over 37.5 is a line I just think is too low. I took that on Bet Rivers and Unibet. I had to split it because they limit me. But that was a 0.6, and then I did 50 plus 0.2 plus 155 on Caesars, 60 and 70 both on FanDuel, 0.1 U each. I'm all over. This is probably my favorite bet of the day. Michael Wilson,
Hell yeah.
receiving yards.
Hell yeah. I love that.
Did you talk about this game? I forget. I've been talking for a
I
while.
did.
Okay,
Yeah, I
cool.
did.
We talked about Giants Dolphins already, right?
Yes, we did.
Talked about.
We were on
I'm
Eagles,
all
Rams.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Eagles,
There.
Rams. I don't really know what to make of this game. I don't have anything.
I passed 100% pass for me.
Okay. Puka Nacua, though, I mean, that kid can
Wow.
play, and Matthew Stafford doesn't really. He's just kind of acting like nobody else on the team exists. It's kind of wild. That kid can play, and he is forcing the ball to him.
Cooper Cup back today.
Ooh, that will be interesting. That will be interesting to see what happens now. Is there a snap share or anything, or a snap count or
Nope.
anything yet?
No
Okay,
snap count.
all right. That will be interesting. That'll be interesting. Jets Broncos, is that next?
We could do that next. I haven't played in that game too.
All right, let's go. Nothing else. Anything else we need to talk about on the for Eagles Rams? I'm out. I think.
Not for
But
me. I passed.
let's talk about the Jets and Broncos. Easton put them in the wrong order. my cheat sheets here, so it's his fault.
So
I like Garrett Wilson touchdown. This Denver defense has not been able to cover anybody all season. I don't see any reason why they're gonna be able to do it today, even though it is Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson did look. I mean, he looked a
he looked
lot better.
incredible.
And it wasn't even just like all scheme throws and I mean, he was throwing people open. He was making, second and third reads and hitting guys when he should. The timing was better. The footwork, everything looked better. Everything looked better. Can he continue it? I mean, I don't know, but this is the best team to this is the team that gives him the best chance to be able to continue that, right? Garrett Wilson, huge target share, a ton of red zone snaps. I think the Broncos are a really, really, really bad team in defending the pass inside the red zone as well, um, allowing the most yards after catch, where Garrett Wilson gets 41% of his yards. Like Garrett Wilson should have a really big day. I'm betting his touchdown. I might play his yards. I haven't yet.
I like that. I took Will Lutz, excuse me,
Let's
over
go,
one and a
kicker
half
bet.
made field goals. Yes.
I'm in.
The numbers are just saying fade, 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 fade the Jets this year. 25% touchdown, 25% scoring percentage in the red zone. Will Lutz. The Jets have the highest field goals allowed, 3.8 per game. Everything is pointing, all signs go here. I was really excited that we got this at a good number.
I'm in. I'm in. I love that. Uh, Brad, if you guys didn't catch one of our first shows, Brad is a self-proclaimed goat of field goal betting, kicker betting.
Yeah, we
He's
haven't
really
lost
good at it
one.
too.
We haven't lost one yet this season.
Are you kidding me? Okay,
Yeah.
hang on. Let me bet it because if I don't bet it right now, I'm gonna forget.
I'm selective too, which is like obviously we didn't have one last week because nothing fit my parameters. But yeah, it's fun. They're fun because
Field
like
goals,
field
field
goals
goals
are
made.
based
Yeah,
on data, like right. Like if you have a team that has a high red zone entrance percentage but low touchdown rate, and a team that has a good leg, or you're playing against a team that scores a lot, those are some really good parameters because they're going to have to kick. You're going to want to take
yeah.
the point.
So it's 1.5 field goals is minus 150 on Hard Rock, which
Oh
I will
man,
do. But
check
any
what's
love
DraftKings -115? Is it not? Is it down?
no,
Is it dead
it's
now?
moved. It's moved quite. It's minus
Damn,
160 on DraftKings. Any love
damn.
for over 6.5 kicking points? That's minus
Yes,
115 on
yes,
BetRivers because
six
that would
6.5.
basically be
That's yep. Two
that's
field
just
goals and
one
an
and one PAT,
extra
right?
point.
Or
Yep.
one long field goal and one average one, right?
Yeah,
I
I
thought they
like
get
it.
more. All right, I'm gonna do that, but they're gonna limit the hell out of me. I don't know. I'm
Hey,
gonna bet it.
Laura
All right, now.
Lucy, it's Will Lutz over 1.5 made field goals. I posted it in my Discord channel too, by the way, when I took it. So
It is pretty juiced now. Lucy, I think I'm gonna play. I think I'm gonna play over 6.5 kicking points for him at minus. I think it's minus 135 on DraftKings, minus 115 on BetRivers. We'll see how much BetRivers lets me put on that. Probably like $10. Um, okay. What we got next? The Kansas City game next, and then
yeah,
okay,
I like this game a lot.
okay. I don't have anything here. I do have a same game parlay, but you go first.
Shop your lines because I'm seeing this total is going to move. It's obviously moved already. I'm taking Kansas City over 27 and a half points. I'm trying to shop
Woo!
it for you. I've seen
Keep
some
talking.
places
I'll
at
shop it. You shop. Keep
Yeah,
it.
I've seen some places at 28 and a half for plus money, which is still cool with me. The Vikings secondary is absolutely terrible. This is one of those show out spots for the Chiefs after a poor performance. Especially, I don't want to say poor performance against the Jets. Like that's so much pressure playing in front of Taylor Swift. This is a smash spot for me. Total here is dropping down for the actual game total, which kind of makes me believe that it's going to be Chiefs one-way traffic. But if you want to take the actual game total, that's cool too. 50. I think you could get a 52 by kickoff. But yeah, it's probably my favorite bet in this game is over 27 and a half. If you have to play 28 and a half for plus money, I don't hate it either.
So
It's
you
going to be one of
can
those.
get 27.5 on BetRivers. Looks like the best line for 28.5 is minus 105. Let me check the over 27.5. You can still get it minus 120 on BetRivers, minus 125 on Hard Rock.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, it has moved up to 28.5, and it's all negative money. So if you like that,
Oh,
jump
wow.
on
The
it.
plus money is dead on that. Yeah.
Plus
I didn't
money is
think that
dead.
would last long.
So if you like that, jump on it quick on either Hard Rock or Bet Rivers. I do like that as well. Um, Yeah, Minnesota can't cover anybody. They can't stop anybody. Um, so I really wanted to. I was really looking at laddering Justin Watson
Oh my
for
god.
receiving yards.
Oh my
No,
god, did you do it?
I didn't. I didn't. Why? Is
He's
it a bad idea?
no, 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 it's a good idea. He's so due for a monster game, especially after last week. Last week, what, he
Yes,
only
he
had
let
1
he
target,
let
6 yards too?
so many people down last week. I feel like he's due for a huge bounce back,
Yeah,
and we're getting a huge buy low spot here too because it's like
yeah,
the line is in the 20s. The line is in the
yeah,
20s for a guy who's still averaging, I think, over 40 with however like 1 receiving yard last season or last week.
yep,
Sorry. Um,
18.5.
Are you kidding me? So, okay, let's go to it's the same game parlay that looks awful, James. I took Justin Watson over 29.5 yards. No books, only Bet Rivers and Unibet are offering alt lines for him. But I really
Wow,
like Justin Watson to at least get 30. Um, Rashee Rice very quietly has the same number of red zone targets as Travis Kelce. Um, and he is like plus 300, depending on where you look, to score a touchdown. And then Justin Jefferson, I mean, uh, 90 yards feels like pretty easy
self-explanatory.
for him at this point. So $10 to win 160 here if you like this. And this is, I know it's really hard. This is on or I think it's on Bet Rivers. It's either Bet Rivers or Unibet, the same exact thing. Here's what it is. Justin Watson to get 30 receiving yards, Rashee Rice to score a touchdown, and Justin Jefferson to get 90 receiving yards. So over 89.5, over 29.5, and then Rashee Rice touchdown. I also did play Rashee Rice touchdown straight. When I
What
bet
was the
it,
odds on
the
that?
best line, when I bet it, the best line was plus 275 on Hard Rock. Somebody in Discord said there was a plus three something available though. Let me check real quick. Um, Rashee Rice touchdowns. Oh no, I maybe I killed that or something because it is down to plus 260 is the best line on PointsBet, or FanDuel. PointsBet or FanDuel is best line for Rashee Rice touchdown, plus 260. There was a plus 275 out there on Hard Rock earlier this morning. But I love that. I love that. Obviously, he's not, he should not be negative money to score a touchdown like Travis Kelce is. He's not. He's a good football player. He's a good receiver. He's not Travis Kelce level. Um, but the red zone targets matter, and he has the same number as Travis Kelce. So you're giving
Yep,
me this much of a difference. And Travis Kelce doesn't need to be inside the. Either one of these guys need to be in the red zone to catch pass to. But anyway, enough about this game. I think. What do you? Yeah, you talked about it. Anything else we need to cover?
nope.
All right. The Sunday night football game is presented by Sleeper Picks. Use code GoldBoys. You get a $100 deposit match. I've been saying this for a long time. This is the only pick'em style fantasy app that I've seen where you can consistently get as good or better odds
Yeah,
as the FanDuel and the DraftKings. That's true. That's from the heart. Um, so if you are in Florida like Brad is and cannot use FanDuel, download the Sleeper app. Use code GoldBoys or code MrBradThomas, code DGenEli, and you get a $100 deposit match. Um, yeah, I think that's it. I got Richardson for 200 passing yards for you today. Um, maybe, maybe. I don't know. I think so. I think so. You got anything on the Sunday night game? I don't yet. I
I
might.
don't.
Okay.
I obviously gonna have my article for NBC coming out for the Sunday night football game, but nothing in pocket yet.
Okay. Anything you're considering at this point? Because I don't either.
Um, I actually don't even have anything that I've considered.
Okay.
This is a tough game for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Stylistically too, like I'm a pretty like consistent better on you guys can tell how I bet. Like I don't bet tough matchups too often, which is probably I should. But it's just really tough for me to get a gauge on
Yeah.
because when you play two really good teams, it could easily go a negative game script for one side and then it screws up your entire bet.
Yep. You're either taking super juiced odds here for a Christian McCaffrey to do something.
Yep.
I didn't even look at his odds to score a touchdown, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's like minus 250 at this point. Or you're taking a Cowboys offense prop against a really really solid 49ers
Exactly.
defense. So this might just be one I watch. Maybe something like absurd. But it's probably not like I was gonna say like McCaffrey 2 touchdowns and Pollard 2 touchdowns, but the odds on that probably aren't even gonna be good
They
enough to
suck.
play.
Yeah, they suck.
Um,
Pollard rushing and receiving prop should be pretty good this week. But like, dude, it's just like it's so hard. Like it's at 80.5, right? Like he's probably gonna get 50 on the ground. you're gonna need at least 31 through the air, which is a lot for a
Yeah,
running back.
that is. I don't know. I might just watch this one. I might just watch this one. We'll see. I feel like we're forgetting to oh, first drive stuff. I don't know. I don't know. The odds the odds were really, really good on DraftKings to start the season. That was the only place you could bet them. The odds are now tanked for a first drive catch on DraftKings. Last week or two, the FanDuel odds, even though they come out late, have been way better and still playable. Thursday night and this morning, they sucked on FanDuel too. So I don't know. The first drive market might be it might be over for me, but I don't know. I might have something. I'll tweet it out if I do though. Any closing thoughts from you, Brad? Thank you for having this awesome
Yeah.
show. First,
Everyone, thanks for joining. And I might have some live angles today. I have a couple games circled, so just remember, just follow me on Twitter at MrBradThomas. I love live betting. I try to give you guys a heads up too, so you can at least know to have your betting accounts open.
all right, I'm gonna recap real quick. This is man, my bets are like they're really complicated. I have a Chris Olave ladder receiving yards, so I took the 65.5. I went all the way up to 100 for him. I did it like point 0.6, point 0.2, point 0.1, point 0.1. I did just because I don't like risking more than needed on a single play here. I took Anthony Richardson for a touchdown. I took Anthony Richardson for 2 touchdowns. I took Garrett Wilson for a touchdown. Rasheed Rice for a touchdown. And I have a Michael Wilson receiving yards ladder. He plays for the Cardinals, if you didn't know that. And then I have a couple of same game parlays. Can you cycle through them real quick here? James, please, buddy. Here's the first one: Anthony Richardson and DeAndre Hopkins, both to score a touchdown. And then Westbrook Akine, 50 plus receiving yards. I really like this one. I feel like it's, again, I said this earlier, but 2 touchdowns in the same game parlay is a little tough, but I think this has a really good chance to hit. Let's go next. Grab a screenshot if you want, because I'm going to fly through these. This one is really confusing. This is Justin Watson for 30 or over 29.5 receiving yards. Justin Jefferson over 89.5 receiving yards, and Rasheed Rice to score a touchdown. This is on Bet Rivers or Unibet. $10 to win 160. Grab a screenshot. Yep, there you go. And this is my last same game parlay so far. And this is my favorite one. I love this bet because, like I said, Michael Wilson is my favorite prop my favorite yard prop, and then Ertz is my favorite touchdown look here. So combining Wilson 50 plus yards, Ertz for a touchdown, and Jamar Chase for 90 yards, who I think is due for a bounce back spot. I really, really like this one. It's probably my favorite same game of the day. And then here is there's a 33% Caesars boost today. So I did tweet this out, so you've probably already seen it. But I love all of these touchdown angles. Anthony Richardson, Zach Ertz, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, all to score a touchdown. That is $10 to win over $1,000 with a 33% profit boost on Caesars. And that is it for me. You want to recap yours real quick?
Yeah, but I want to say, since I'm not going to be on tomorrow, maybe not. Jaden Reed to score a touchdown plus 300 ish
Ooh.
for the Packers tomorrow is going to be my favorite bet. I don't know if I'm going to be on tomorrow. Yeah, so I did a 9-point teaser. Colts, Texans, Dolphins. Over 1.5 made field goals for Will Lutz. Oh, where did my plays go? Zach Ertz over 27.5, and Kansas City Chiefs team total over 27.5.
Mr. Show, anytime touchdown, Cup, Puka, or Smith. I feel like it's Puka probably for me.
That'll be Puka.
I think it's probably
We
Puka.
just don't know what
I
we're
don't,
going
I
to
don't know
get.
the odds. Yeah, we don't know the odds. Like, or honestly, whichever one between Cup or Puka is better odds. But I would definitely lean Puka for me.
Yeah. Same.
All right. I think that's it. Monday Night Football. We have 2 shows tomorrow. We still have a show at 12 o'clock, right? You just might not be on it.
I just might not be on it.
12 o'clock tomorrow, and 5 o'clock, I think, for Ryan and Brian to get all your Monday Night Football breakdowns and stuff. And that's it. If you're going to be in Lucas Oil Stadium by chance today, come say hi. That's it for us. We'll see you tomorrow. Good luck on all your bets, and try to be nice to each other out there.